Okay. Om Shanti, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Thank you, Baba. Today we are going to read 20th October 1969, Avyakt Murli, the title of which is Perfection Through the Awareness of a Bindu, that is point of light, point of might, and a Sindhu, ocean of light and ocean of might. In this Avyakt Murli, Baba is focusing on our eternal form, that is a point, the stage of the seed where entire world, you know, gets merged, that point form, and where one becomes sort of equal to the Father, that is incorporeal ocean of light and might. So Baba has touched upon various aspects related to this point form. First of all, Baba has said that gathering, there is a meeting between the we, the stars, and the sun of knowledge, and how when we remember, when we connect with only one, none but one, then we can make ourselves infinite, move ahead very, very fast. Just apply a point, and there is no need to go beyond. Everything is within that point form. And Baba says what are the reasons why we forget our point form, the forgetfulness. Baba says remembrance being means being perfect, and forgetfulness means being imperfect. So Smriti and Vismriti, Baba has explained to us beautifully in this Murli. Baba also says that what are the various memorials of the Yajna place where the fire of yoga with the supreme soul exists. And Baba says that children receive special fortune of this gathering, this meeting. The entire age itself is a confluence age where we have received gifts from Baba. So Baba also explained in this Murli how to calculate the power of discernment, as to which aspect I must add my powers, and which aspect I must, and which other area where I must subtract my shortcomings. So Baba also gave a mantra of go soon and come soon, how to go to incorporeal form in 1 second, and very fast for the seva you come back, and then again very fast you go back. So these, let's listen to such wonderful Murli. Baba also touched about virtue, that is guna, and if we are not looking at virtue in myself as well as others, then I am looking at some kind of termite, which is guna, which will actually ultimately eat away my powers. So wonderful Murli, let's eat Murli. All of us, let's situate ourselves in the eternal form. I am beyond this body. I am beyond the sound, beyond the form. I am a formless, incorporeal point of energy situated in between the eyebrows on my forehead, and Baba, incorporeal ocean of light and might, is just in front of me, very near to me. Into which gathering has Bab Dada come today? What would you call today's gathering? Today, it is the gathering of the sun of knowledge and the shining stars. Each star is one that reveals its own sparkle. Underline the word own. Bap Dada has come to see the sparkle of each star. What have all of you come to make yourself in this bhatti when there is a communion, a gathering of a soul with the Supreme Soul? It's called bhatti. Baba is asking, what have all of you come to make yourself in this communion, in this bhatti? Somebody said, angels. Are you not angels? Baba always looks at the souls in the angelic form, in the Sampurna Swarup. So we will emerge from this bhatti being firmly stamped with the stamp of perfection. Baba always looks at the perfect Sampurna Parishta Swarup in every soul. So Baba says, soon we will emerge. You will see when you look from the eyes of Baba, you will realize that you are already stamped with the stamp of perfection. You are making efforts to become angels, but some of us who are not actually looking from the eyes of Baba, they are making efforts to become angels. However, you have come in this bhatti to sacrifice any weaknesses that you have in order to become perfect. It is like that, is it not? Again, Baba is asking a question. What will you remember in order to remove the weaknesses? Once we have found a weakness, Baba says, what will you remember? What should be in my remembrance to remove that weakness? Something through which you will be stamped with the stamp of perfection. Today, Bab Dada is telling you something very easy, very natural. The easiest thing that you have to remember is I am a point, and Baba is also a point. So I am like Baba. We both have similarity of the form. But together with being a point, he's also the ocean. So once the the similarity exists in the form that is point, both are point, then the similarity also is logical to be just like ocean. So a point, bindu, and an ocean, Sindhu, are the introduction of the children and the father. If you remember these two words, you can easily become perfect. So these two words are to be underlined. I am a point, I am a bindu, and I am the child of God who is also a point, but he is an ocean of all the powers and virtues. If you remember these two, you can easily become perfect. So, all of us, let's imagine these 2 points on the forehead. One point is I, the star, the shining, sparkling star. The other one is the ocean of ocean, the Sindhu. What are small children in a school taught first of all? So, this is Baba says, first of all, they put a point. Then, as they progress, they are taught the number one or alpha. All of us experience this. We are in a kindergarten of spiritual knowledge where the spiritual father is teaching us, the supreme teacher is teaching us the souls, about the number one lesson, which is the foundation of all the knowledge in the world, which is alpha. That is about myself being a point and he being the ocean. So this is also just a point, and then you progress further. So the remembrance of the point is just the one thing in which everything is included. Underline this one thing, everything is included. There is the remembrance of one, the constant stage, the direction of one, and you are the helpers in just the one task. Underline the one, one, one. This is a unique combination. Remembering one, maintaining the constant one stage, the directions of one, and the helpers in just the one task of being point form. If you remember everything connected with one, you can make yourself move ahead very fast. There's no limitation of speed there. It is beyond the speed, beyond the sound. It is unlimited. Just apply a point that is full stop in thoughts, words, and actions. Just get merged in the point, and there's no need to go beyond that. If you go into expansion, that is only for the sake of service. Very, Baba is making it very clear. If you are not involved in service, there is no need, underline, no need to use your intellect for anything except the point and the one. Remember just these things, and you will easily be able to attain perfection. Sampurna Swarup. Is it easy or difficult? Baba is again checking with children. It is an easy path, but what makes the easy things difficult? Asking children. One of the child says, Baba, sanskars. Why do these sanskars emerge? Baba says, have you thought about this? Baba answers, by your forgetfulness, Vismrati, you create all these things. I, the soul, am a creator of my thoughts, words, and actions and sanskars. So, with my forgetfulness, I, the soul, use my authority in a wrong way. I create these sanskars by your forgetfulness. So, Baba says, whether they are the past sanskars or past karmic bondages or the mistakes of the present time, the main reason for all these is your vismrati, forgetfulness. Because of your vismrati, all these wasteful things make the easy things difficult. But what will happen if you have remembrance? Now Baba says, just imagine a situation where you have the smriti, your smriti swarup, you are in remembrance, constantly connected with one. What will happen? You will create only the Adi and Anadi sanskars. So what aim have you come with? Now Baba is asking us the aim. Is it clear in our remembrance or not? Remembrance means being perfect, and forgetfulness means being imperfect. Underline. When there is forgetfulness, there are many obstacles, and when there is remembrance, everything is easy and perfect. If you continue to make the awareness of all that you have heard powerful, forgetfulness will automatically run away. So it's a matter of, Baba says, it's a matter of remembrance, that which decides whether which quality of sanskars will emerge in myself. If you do not let go of remembrance, how can you forget? There is darkness when the sun sets. If the sun does not set, how can there be darkness? In the same way, if you constantly maintain the sun of remembrance, there cannot be the darkness of forgetfulness. Baba says, Purusharth is not about removing the darkness. Purusharth is very easy. It is about going in, emerging the sun in front of yourself, the sun of, and it happens by remembrance, the sun of knowledge. Do you know this alaukic drill? Baba says, Baba is giving us a Alaukic drill. Generally, those who practice that drill remains healthy. In Laukic, in military, when you practice a drill is the bedrock of discipline. So it maintains a healthy discipline inside the body. Similarly, as well as being healthy, they also remain powerful. Baba is giving us a spiritual drill. The extent to which someone practices this alaukic drill, out of the world drill, to that extent he remains healthy and free from the sickness of Maya, and he also remains the embodiment of powers to the same extent. Very beautiful lines where Baba is telling us about the drill, alaukic drill, which maintains us ourselves healthy. According to how much you practice this alaukic drill of the intellect, to that extent you will attain the aim of becoming what you want. So this is Siddhi Swarupa stage where whatever you want will be attained, will become a reality. But what is the basis? Basis is alaukic drill of the intellect and the aim. You have to use your hands and feet exactly as the drill master tells you to. Do you not? Here also, in this alaukic drill, if everyone is told to become incorporeal from corporeal in 1 second, will you be able to do that? Just imagine this drill. I, the soul, I am beyond this body. In a moment, I detach from this body, go to my incorporeal form, go to my incorporeal world. I stay there for a moment. I realize all the powers from the sun of knowledge, and I, a shining star, my own sparkle, I come back, be situated in between the eyebrows on the forehead. So this is one drill. So just as you very quickly use your Baba says, how long does it take to become incorporeal from corporeal? How much time it took? Just a second. Since it is your original stage, why are you not able to stabilize yourself in that stage in 1 second? Somebody said, we have karmic bondages. Baba, Baba answers, are we still to continue to hear the sound of karmic bondages even now? Again, Baba always looks at us in the incorporeal and the perfect stage. So Baba is surprised when we answer, we have karmic bondages. Are we still to continue to hear the sound of karmic bondages even now? Now means when we are in gathering with the supreme energy. Will we continue to hear about karmic bondages until you leave these old bodies? Who is the one who gives answers to the questions in this class? You have given many names. Now, who is the one who is able to go beyond the questions and answers? This is what Baba expects us children to be beyond questions and answers. Have you imbibed the power of discrimination in this bhakti when the soul is in gathering with the Supreme Soul? The power of discrimination is a natural form. Parakne ki Shakti. How infinite my Father is. How unlimited my Father is. He's an ocean. Each of you has to make effort to go from here having become perfect. Is that possible now, or will it only happen at the end? It is possible, someone said. What will you do till the end then? Someone said, we will create subjects. praja. Baba says, you yourself will become the crowned ones and you will make others only into subjects. Baba is surprised. You are Master Bhagavan and you are saying, you will become crowned ones and you will make others only into subjects. You also have to make others like you are the crown, double crowned prince, princess, and the kings and queens. You do have to create subjects also. Baba says, yes, some subjects also you have to create, but otherwise, without the subjects, who will you rule over? So, can it be understood that all these stars will go from here having become perfect? That is the aim. It is essential for each of you to have the enthusiasm and the faith that you will become perfect and make others. This also underline two qualities in a soul that are very essential to make oneself become perfect and also make others perfect. The two qualities are enthusiasm and faith. If you constantly and eternally maintain this zeal and enthusiasm, then you will definitely attain your aim. Bab Dada has the faith that you will emerge from this Yagya Kund, that is the sacrificial fire, where all weaknesses gets sacrificed, gets transformed into strengths, having become complete. Have you seen the memorial of the Yagya Kund? Baba is asking a question. Yagya is the whole area where the sacrificial fire takes place, but special importance is given to the Yagya Kund, place where the fire is lit. So when the soul meets Supreme Soul, the fire of yoga gets lit, and in which the soul attains the perfect form, just like the Father. You must have seen that both the river Ganges and river Jamuna have importance, yet their confluence has great importance still. So it is a confluence which has got greater importance. It is considered to be very elevated to bath there. The Ganges and the Jamuna exist at many places, yet why do people specially go to bath at the confluence of the two? What is its spatial importance? Do you know the importance of the confluence age very well? Baba is asking question to introspect. Have we understood the spatial importance of this confluence age very well? Just as spatial places have spatial importance, in the same way the Bhatti in Madhuban has spatial importance. Bhatti is like a confluence of the souls with the Supreme Father in the forest of honey, Madhuban. You receive the gift of perfection from the Father in this bhatti. Children receive the special fortune of this meeting or confluence. This meeting is itself is perfection in the form of a gift underlying. The confluence age is the memorial of this meeting, and so this meeting is the gift of perfection underlying. These are the gifts which we special children receive from this meeting. You will definitely go from this bhatti having been stamped with the stamp of perfection. However, together with that, you must also learn very well how to calculate. Very important point Baba is bringing out. Calculate, how to calculate. In some cases, because you do not know how to calculate very well, you subtract instead of addition and add instead of subtraction. This is why your stage fluctuates. I sometimes, as a soul, will go into the wealth where I need to subtract, and sometimes I do not add the samarth form where I need to add, but I subtract there. So you have to learn to calculate accurately in which aspects you must add and which aspect you must subtract or avoid. Because of living in a household, you even add where you do not have to add, and you subtract where you are not supposed to. This small calculation takes on the form of a great problem or issue. This is why, whilst living in the household or office or the corporeal world, you have to learn accurately where to cut off and become a point form, and where to forge a link. And if you have to forge a link or a connection, then to what extent and in which form. You have been called to the bhakti, and so you will also be told about the task of the bhakti or the aim of the bhakti. In which subjects of the study do you have to become strong? Firstly, in the subjects of the alaukic, God, godly drill, and secondly, in calculation. So, godly drill, alaukic drill, and in this particular calculation. You have to learn both these things in this bhakti. If you become perfect in both these things, what else remains? Baba is asking a question. Nothing remains after that. So you will emerge from here having become perfect. You will become that. But the task of making others like that, that is, others also perfect, will still remain. You have to go from here because of this. This is the service aspect, Baba is saying. You must not go because of your relationships, but only for the sake of service. Even if you have to go, it is just for the sake of service. So I, the soul, is with my incorporeal father in the incorporeal world. Now my supreme teacher is telling me, you have to go to the world for the sake of service. Wherever you stay, consider yourself to be like this. You stage, loving and detached. Just as Bab Dada comes and goes for the sake of service, all of you also have to go to the corporeal world just for the sake of service. You have to attain success in service and then personally come in front of Baba. When we have to come in front of Baba, again we have to be in the incorporeal, the point, the bindu swarup. At the present time, which mantra does Babdada give from the subtle region to each child? Go soon, come soon. Underline. Without any wasting any time, in a second, I should be able to go to Baba and come back for the service. Go for the sake of service, then quickly come back with companions. Companions, and then go back again. When you go soon, come soon, quickly here. You will then be able to do that quickly with the intellect. The drill of the intellect is also go soon, come soon. Drill is also done with precision, accuracy, and the alacrity, with swiftness, is it not? You will be able to have this stage when you remember this mantra. This mantra is connected with that mantra. This is why you were told about the importance of the Yajna Kund. Here you receive it as a gift, and there you receive it in the form of effort. So it all depends on my remembrance, whether I am receiving the powers as gift or powers as in the as a result of lot of efforts. So there is spatial significance of the Yajna Kund. Here it is a blessing, and there it is mehnat or effort. Since you can receive it as a blessing, why are you making effort? A faithful intellect is victorious. Again, Baba is coming to those two qualities, enthusiasm and faith. A faithful intellect is victorious. If you have the doubt in yourself that you do not know what will happen, then you will not be able to become perfect. underline. Therefore, as your stage changes, your language also should change. You have to learn this new language in this sacrificial fire and then go from here for service. You have to go after having become such samples that when others see you, they will be attracted and also sacrifice themselves in the Yagya Kund, the unlimited Yagya. From each one's photo, Bab Dada sees each one's fortune and effort, and to what extent each one is creating his fortune. When all of you see others from each one's photo, you should be able to see their effort. This quality also is there in the children. Baba says you should be able to see their effort, their stage, the spatial virtue of their effort. There is definitely a spatial virtue in each one's efforts, the jewel in each one. You have to see that virtue or a jewel. One is a virtue that is gun, and that together with that there are also termites or the gun. The words are very similar, yet there is such a vast difference between the two, gun and gun. If you do not see the virtues or the guns or the qualities or the jewels in one, the termites sets in, the wealth, the waste, the negative sets in. You have to see each one's virtue, then the termites that have set in will be finished. All of you are loving. Only the loving children can come close now. So let's close on to Baba in the and also in the future. You are especially loving and therefore you are being given a double tilak today. But it is a unique tilak. All of us visualize this double tilak on our foreheads. It isn't a tilak that is applied in a laukic way or a limited way. This is alaukic or unlimited. Which is the double tilak? Baba says one is that of being incorporeal or the unlimited, and the other is that of being detached. Baba is applying these double tilaks with the eternal stage, unlimited stage, so that it can remain on each one's forehead eternally. So, this is an eternal tilak on the eternal stage. You must keep this imperishable tilak with you constantly. Acha, Om, Shanti. Now we'll take a few moments of silence, deeply immersed in this point form and immersed in the Sindhu, the ocean of experiences, the ocean of knowledge, the eternal, imperishable stage. Om Shanti. Now, the session is open for various sharing of experiences. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, brother. Oh, it was a big lesson today Baba has given. First, he introduces me and him. I am a point. He's a point. He's the sun of knowledge. We are the shining stars. Then he says, you know why you have come here? You're going to be stamped with perfection. And for that, how should I be ready? What dress should I wear? I should wear the dress of remembrance. But why do I forget the dress? Why I'm not getting stamped? Because of I keep forgetting, which is my samskar. Baba is saying when remembrance is easy and perfect, why do you forget? So what I have to do is I have to keep opening up myself to the sun. When I keep opening myself to the sun, then the darkness goes. Then, of course, Baba takes us to the drill. Attention, corporeal, go to incorporeal. Again, corporeal, the drill, which Bab Dada always used to do when he used to come. And then we become perfect. Then, of course, later Baba speaks about all the process of how we sacrifice ourselves in the sacrificial fire. Then he teaches us the mathematics of remembrance. He tells us what should we add and what should we subtract. And I like the thing in the end when he gives me my reward, not only the stamp, he gives me a double tilak. Be incorporeal, be detached. Shanti.
Beautiful. Yeah, that summarizes the entire Murli. And the dress, we can keep the dress ready. Always this the dress of remembrance. We can always keep it ready. When we in the Lokik also in a military, when we go for the drill, we always keep our one pair of uniform always ready with a complete accoutrements. So in this case also, a Lokik way, my divine virtues, I can keep them ready. That the alaukic dress of remembrance that I am a perfect angel, the child of God. Om Shanti. Yeah, Tejaswini, man,
Om Shanti. I would
please
like,
share.
just like to add two more points. Baba also mentions that the more mature we remain, we will be able to claim a greater status. And Baba also says that we should think we are number one. Thank you.
Yeah. That actually, that in thoughts, we should be like God, Bap Saman.
Mhm.
Baba always looks at us in the perfect state. So we should always look from the eyes of Baba. Always. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Anyone else? Please do share your experiences and your points of learning.
Om Shanti Prabhu.
Om
Baba,
Shanti.
in this Murli, Baba quoted two words, Smriti, that is remembrance, and Vishmriti, forgetfulness. By your forgetfulness, you create all these things, whether they are the past sanskars or the past karmic bondages or the mistakes of the present time. And the main reason for all this is your forgetfulness. Because of your forgetfulness, all these wasteful things make the easy things difficult. In this way, Baba. And the another one is Baba explaining about the physical exercise and health of the people. Generally, those who practice the drill remain healthy, as well as being healthy. They also remain powerful. The extent to which someone practices this alaukic drill, to that extent, he remains healthy and free from the sickness of Maya. And he also remains the embodiment of power to the same extent. Point I noted, Brother.
Om Shanti. Beautifully expressed, sister. Because everything is revolving around the Smriti and the Vismriti. So Baba has come to this confluence age just to give us that remembrance, smriti, that who am I and who is mine, that he's ocean and I'm his child. And so I'm automatically have all those powers which my father has got. I just have to remember that. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Baba has mentioned that in remembrance of the point, just remember 4 things. Remembrance of one, the constant stage, the directions of one, and you are the helpers in just one task. So these are the 4 things we have to remember when we remember point.
Yeah. That's a very important point. One, 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 one. We can remember it like that. One form, that is point. One task to remember Baba, and one stage, constant stage, and connected with one. So when I have to connect with one, I have to disconnect with so many of infinite others. So to connect one means to detach from others and get attached with one, only one, none but one. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, brother.
Om
I
Shanti.
also Baba in this beautiful Murli has also given a very simple example of calculation, which I
Yes.
think is a nice way to exercise, to practice. When he says that you watch how your stage is fluctuating, and connect it to the calculation like mathematics, like which aspect you must add and in which aspect you must subtract, and where to cut off, where to forge a link, because sometimes we may be adding more than where it is required
True.
and subtracting where it is not required. And I think this really is very reflective. And in the meditation,
Yes.
whether it's in our daily lives or in our work lives, we sometimes may be adding and subtracting where we should not be. So I think it's a very good reflective point. Om Shanti.
Yes. Very practical point which we can use. Definitely. Any other point? Please. Om Shanti, brother.
Baba mentions two similar sounding words, that is gun and gun. That is looking at virtues and also the poor qualities of others. So where there is gun, there would not be gun. But if we keep looking at the gun, it'll eat away our own gun as well. Secondly, Baba mentions that where there is sun, there is no darkness, and darkness is just the absence of light.
True.
So similarly, where there is smriti, there would not be vismriti. And similarly, where there is forgetfulness, that means to say we have not held on to remembrance very well.
Yeah.
The third point is we should also look at uplifting people just like us, ourselves, as we move ahead in the process of becoming perfect. Okay.
Very beautifully expressed, Vinod bhai. These are actually, if you see gun and gun, that's the attribute of the intellect. The intellect, and in this Murli, Baba has expressed us explained us about the drill for the intellect. So whether it is go soon, come soon, incorporeal to corporeal, corporeal to incorporeal, all that, and the gun and gun, looking at which, so that these are all attributes of intellect. When the intellect is in smriti swarupa, then, as you said rightly, that there's no vismriti that time, and there's no darkness that time. We are in the light, the ocean of light. Om Shanti. Any other point? Will anyone will take the last one?
Om Shanti, brother. I just
Om
want
Shanti.
one clarification. When Baba says, see the virtue, Baba is also mentioning, see the virtue of their efforts. Like Baba always says, see the gun in other souls. No? But here Baba is saying today, that also see the special virtue of their efforts, like that, like it means that we have to see like what kind of seva or what kind of efforts they are making, what special efforts they are making, that we have to see, or like, I mean, and just little clarification I want
Yeah,
here.
understood. Anyone would like to clarify first? Please clarify to very beautiful aspect, very in-depth aspect of the Murli. Vinod bhai, Vimish bhai ji, any sisters?
Shanti.
Om
Like
Shanti.
what I understand, there is the gun that people have gathered. I remember of a sister who lived abroad and she helped people repatriate back to India. Uh, it's called Mother Teresa of Dubai. Prashikana. I remember that was one favor that she carried on from there, but that people still remember. That virtue of helping people, the attribute of kindness at that point, which is not a motherland as well, being in such a difficult place, difficult situation, she helped poor Indians come back who were in poor situation. That kind of seva, that kind of uh, gun is what is very important at that place. There's no dearth of money, there's no dearth of talent, no dearth of knowledge as well. In that situation, it becomes very easy for a soul to become cozy and careless. Yes, I'm fully saturated with the blessings of Baba. Let me be okay. Developing that kind of a virtue at that point in time, helping people out is a great quality at that stage for that soul. Need not for everyone. So looking at their stage in yoga, yajna, and their level of commitment, the quality that they have imbibed, probably that differentiates that soul from itself.
Hello. Yeah. Om Shanti. Yes.
Yes,
Anyone
I think,
else would?
yeah, I think it is clear now. I think that's what
Yeah.
Baba means. Like, see the like the efforts, special efforts that they are making. Like, we should see now the virtue of that effort. In like Baba is taking
Yeah.
us one step ahead. Like, yeah. Otherwise,
Yeah.
like normally we see the virtues. Baba always says, see the virtue in other soul. But I think when we are connected with Brahman soul, we have to look
Yeah.
at the virtues of their actions now they are performing.
Actions
Right?
also. Yeah. And that also is a virtue. Once somebody is
Yeah, that's
making
a special virtue.
efforts,
Yeah,
that's a
yes.
very good virtue from from a student. What does teacher look at? He looks at, or she looks at the efforts which student is making towards attaining the knowledge.
Yeah.
So I think, and it's beautifully answered by Vinod bhai. Any point, and then and I think we now time for uh, uh, announcements, I believe. Rakiben, Om Shanti.
Brother, I had one doubt which I have sent in the message. Baba is
Sorry.
saying Yajna Kund now is a gift. And that time it's an effort. Could you just turn a bit on it? When is it an effort? He's talking about Yajna Kund.
Okay. Beautiful question. Yagya Kund is a gift only at the confluence age, when the unlimited Father comes to this age, this world, and he creates this Behad Ka Yagya, where we are, sacrificing our anything deviations from the perfect form, any non-conformities or any sorts of weaknesses are actually the non-conformities which has to be sacrificed in this, and we need to attain that perfect form in this Yagya Kunda. So this is a gift only at the confluence age. This is a gift of confluence age. Second is, and there it is effort as blessing by effort. So once we have got this sacrificial Yagya Kunda, sacrificial fire in this confluence age, then the efforts and all, they totally vanish actually, because it is a moment, just a second where we experience that stage, and we attain that perfect form. This is because of the power of the Supreme. So the efforts vanish and only blessings remain. Blessings are, immersed, and the soul is in a perfect form. It is giving, radiating blessings to everyone, and the soul is trying to make everyone like him, like the perfect form. I think it's that. Anyone else would like to add in this? May you please share. Anyone would like to add on this? Om Shanti. Is it clear, sister?
Yeah, thank you.
It's about unlimited. You try to visualize and experience, then we'll share some other time about the detail. Now we'll sit back.
Just a minute, Mumbai.
Yeah,
We just need to announcement for tomorrow.
Yeah, please.
Sorry to interrupt you. Can you stop sharing your screen?
I have stopped sharing.
Yeah, okay. So tomorrow we have a special session that is on Rajyoga. It is by Sister Aruna Ladwa, who is a senior Rajyogini teacher from UK. The topic of this session is method to churn the Murli. The session will be conducted in the evening. Please note the timings, 8:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Also, the session will be Hindi, but we do have English interpretation of this session. So I request all of you to join this session and take the opportunity of this session. Thank you so much. Om Shanti. And I've also uploaded, posted on the chat box, the timings as well as the link to join the session.
Thank you, sister. Now we'll begin the meditation for a few moments. Sister, you can play some background music.
Yes, I shall do that.
Sit back. Withdraw the awareness from the outer world and concentrate on the inner world. Focus on the point from the form to the formless, from the corporeal to the incorporeal, from limitations to unlimited. The point form, bindu swarup. I am a point of light, removing the darkness in the inner world and so the outer world. I am a shining star, sparkling the light of divine virtues around me. My Creator point form, but ocean of light, ocean of might, very, very bright. I am in a gathering with Him, a meeting with Him, an appointment with Him, my Creator, the Supreme Soul, is my Supreme Father, Supreme Professor, Supreme Sadguru. I am connected to Him. I withdraw all other connections and get merged in the ocean, Sindhu, and feel the unlimited knowledge, unlimited purity, peace, happiness, joy, eternal love, and spiritual powers, all attainments, all experiences within the ocean. I am united with the One, in the one form, in the one stage, the eternal, the constant stage, which is imperishable, come what may, irrespective of the role which I, the soul, has to play, irrespective of the world where I am in. I am constantly connected with my Supreme Father in the perfect angelic form. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, Baba.
Thank
Thank you. Om Shanti.
thank you. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Om Bhai. Thank you, Divine Family. And we shall meet tomorrow morning at 5 a.m.